Have you ever had a goal that pushes you out of your comfort zone into a place that doesn't seem like you? I once had a goal to run just 5 kilometres. It seems like such a small goal now, but really, it was once my goal, and it was hard. It seems like such a small now, it was hard. It turns out 6 weeks is all that you need to achieve a fitness goal. I know that now, but I didn't know that then. So with my goal in mind and feeling out of my comfort zone, I started to run. This was before Garmin's existed or apps on phones. Music apps didn't even exist yet. I started to run, and it wasn't pretty, and it definitely wasn't the best. But hey, I was running. I took my MP3 player, and motivated by the Black Eyed Peas, I'd bust a move just to rest my arms and have a rest. Every day, extending my run a little bit further. I would then drive the distance to measure my results and get excited by how far I'd actually run. Motivation didn't come easily. I had life and excuses getting in the way. I had dinner to cook, a house to clean, a niggle in my foot, or it was too late in the day. I've always had a struggle point about 500 metres down the road. It's always been there. It's a point that's hard to get to, but you find your rhythm and you find your running groove, and you end up finding yourself running past it, and you're running. So I set myself one simple goal each day, and that's to run to that point. If I felt the same niggle or I felt the same excuses, I'd turn and go home. I never did. In fact, I'd find myself running right past it, and at the point of busting my Black Eyed Peas move. The achievement of 5 kilometres soon fueled the fire for so much more. Soon I was signing up for half marathons, I was swimming, and the evolutionary riding a bike with skinny tyres. I found myself in a whirlwind of new experiences, challenging and finding new limits outside of my comfort zone. Sometimes fun, sometimes scary, sometimes with my wheels falling off. Soon, the challenge of running turned into the challenge of 3 disciplines: a swim, a bike, and a run. I was out of my comfort zone. I don't know where it all started, but strangers started approaching me, asking for advice, in which I was able to help and assist. I found myself enjoying sharing and helping others succeed in the same way that I was. Many started to come and go around me, trying, succeeding, and then fading off into a lifetime of excuses. Because I was in the space, my daughter started triathloning. She would set big goals, but she would tell everybody her goal. So there was no way she could back down. She held herself accountable to keep herself focused on her goals. So she slogged it out. After a long swim, a long bike, she'd walk, she'd cry, and she'd run a long run. But she always followed through, true to her word. She had mental motivation, the drive to complete and succeed. My own daughter taught me that if you truly want it, you can and will achieve it. I don't know where she got that from. Triathlon, a swim, bike, run. It's a sport where traditionally it's solo, where you are 110% responsible and accountable for your own performance and outcome. Although recently, I've found myself surrounded by a great tribe. Turn back 4 years ago, a come and try day attracted 200 females. Come a club day, and the same 3 women would still be racing. Why didn't the 200 women come back and do a real triathlon? Having the privilege of directing the come and try days, I investigated the reasons why women would try, but why they wouldn't actually triathlon. Everyone had a great time on race day. They had a smile on their faces, but why not join the club? Go a little bit further, race some more. My survey results were consistent across the board. I had a great time race day. I'll come and do another come and try day, but my barriers are far too great. I don't know how to train for a triathlon. My friends don't want to do it. I don't have the right gear, and I feel intimidated by real athletes. Aha, these aren't real barriers. If you want to do a triathlon, I can help you get there. I had a vision to make it real. 6 weeks was realistic to coach the swim, the bike, the run, the transition, the nutrition, the setup, and all the gear. 6 weeks was enough time to prepare husbands, lock them up, organise children, and achieve another come and try day before doing the real thing. Funnily enough, I learnt later that 6 weeks is enough time to form a new habit. So I stripped it back to basics. What do they need to know that I take for granted? Make it simple, have purpose, and most of all, ensure that everyone has fun. If they don't have fun, they won't enjoy it. Amazingly, 15 ladies signed up. Today, 9 of these ladies still triathlon and have completed up to a half Ironman distance. That's a 1.9 kilometre swim, a 90 kilometre bike ride, and a 21.1 kilometre run off the back. The ladies, they grew in front of my eyes. They absorbed everything. They challenged themselves, they pushed past their limits, they pushed past their comfort zones, they laughed, they trained, they made new friends, and they had fun. The come and try day arrived. 7 of them, amazingly, making the top 10 finishing times. 2 weeks later, 12 of them turned up for a club race. They arrived with their bunky bikes, their not-so-cool triathlon gear. They had smiles on their faces and they had friends to support them. They'd become a tribe. They all conquered the triathlon that day. They all high-fived like I've never seen high fives given before, and they all shone like the brightest stars. Beyond the 6-week program, I had no real goals. This was my ultimate goal. The ladies wanted to keep on training. From here, they set themselves the goal of the Noosa Triathlon, the world's largest triathlon of 11,000 competitors. I then had to work out how to coach for longer than 6 weeks. Training plans, training sessions, more women's-only programs. We had triathletes, husbands, kids coming in and training with us. Fast forward 4 years, and we now have a female participation rate of 45% at our club races. It's a huge difference from only 3 women. Ironman, the global long-distance triathlon provider of a 3.8 kilometre swim, a 180 kilometre bike ride, and a 42.2 kilometre swim, believe that anything is possible, and have a goal to have 50% participation at their events worldwide. This is currently sitting at 32%. What our women are doing are contributing to a worldwide belief that anything is possible. Globally, women are now achieving what men once did professionally and in sport. Now, what I am doing to contribute to a worldwide belief, I now have 6 athletes that are Ironmen. Coaching programs have evolved into trail running, multi-sport, and hiking that lead into events both locally and nationally. Programs have evolved and include kids and schools, each program with the formula of making it fun and all-inclusive. I have learnt to encourage and share my experiences, knowledge. I've learnt to provide my athletes with the tools to succeed for their own personal goals. I've also learnt that sometimes you can't help everyone. They have to be able to apply themselves and the tools to achieve their own goals. Achieving the goal that once took me out of my comfort zone 10 years ago to run just 5 kilometres has taught me that if you truly want to achieve it, you can and will achieve it. By pushing personal boundaries out of their comfort zones, my athletes are now doing the same. They are developing, they are forever growing stronger, they are sleeping better, losing weight naturally, and moving more. We are a tribe, and together we try, and we achieve. My athletes report back that they are fostering better relationships at work and at home. They are a lot more confident and are a lot less stressed. My athletes are forever growing happier, and they are finding new limits outside of their comfort zones. They are now in a whirlwind of new experiences that once scared them. They are setting the benchmark higher each time, and they're experiencing and succeeding not just in sport, but in life. They are now inspiring others around them, and as a result, we are now transforming the next generation in 6 weeks and dreaming out loud. If you want to make a forever change in your life and evolve, you need 5 key components. Get out of your comfort zone, set your goals, say them out loud. Find your tribe of like-minded people that motivate you and you them. Have fun. If it isn't fun, you won't achieve it. And be open to new challenges. You never know where a goal will take you until you try.